it's really reg, I'll let you take a couple guesses. A black man on a journey to progression. You'll get a hernia from stressing. The sooner you learn its next steps, get it tailored, let's address it. They wanna hem us to the wall for protection. It's getting frisky, better book it. Change gon' come in the kitchen, Sam cooking. Make sure there's hella heat for these rookies. Keep that weak energy, you might get a bookend. Or rock bottom, depend on how it's looking. Oakland, California, hella slappers, nigga shookin'. They try to shoot some bait, never took it. That ring, 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 ring. Another missed call. He won't answer his phone. Really sorry I missed y'all. Really sorry I missed y'all. They hit the ring, back to that ring, ring, ring.
This bout is set for one fall.
Man, this should be one hell of a singles match.
Making his way to the ring, Hangman Adam Page. And his opponent, The winner of this match, Jon Moxley. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match set for one fall.
Man, this should be one hell of a singles match.
Making his way to the ring, B. Helms. And his opponent, here is your winner, B. Helms.
Wow, what an amazing match. And we got to call it. We got to see it.
Won't answer that. Ring, 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 ring. Another missed call. He won't answer his phone. Really sorry I missed y'all. Really sorry I missed y'all. Should've hit the brick. Won't answer that. Ring, 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 ring. Another missed call. He won't answer his phone. Really sorry I missed y'all. Really sorry I missed y'all. Should've hit the brick phone. It's innovation. We searching for mass weapons.
The following contest is set for... Making his way to the ring, Eddie Kingston. And his opponent, Dante Moxley. Here is your winner, Eddie Kingston.
Man, what a match. I'm so glad I was here to call it.
following contest is an unsanctioned lights out match.
It's wild, it's crazy. It's the one and only lights out match. Here we go.
Making his way to the ring, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And his opponent, Kenny
What's up, chat? How are y'all today? Hope y'all having a great day.
is your winner, Kenny Omega!
What a match we just witnessed.
This bout... Making his way to the ring, Adam Cole! And his opponent, Jon Moxley!
Whoa. I was playing online, but I got one online match and then that was it.
The winner of this match, Adam Cole!
Wow, fans, it's been incredible. What an amazing match we've had tonight.
The following contest is making his way to the ring, Christian Cage. And his opponent, Jungle Boy. The winner of this match, Christian Cage.
That was one for the ages. What a match.
This bout is set for one fall.
All right, fans, here we go. An exciting match standing by.
Making his way to the ring, Kenny Omega! And his opponent, Christian Cage!
You know what kind of grinds my gears? Is when people have followings and start acting like they're Hollywood stars. That shit is cringy as fuck. That shit is so fucking cringy. When motherfuckers start saying stupid shit like, oh my god, my haters. Motherfucker, what? I understand building a following is cool and all, which I do appreciate my following. But when motherfuckers around, like when I start seeing how people who want to be social media influencers as like their dream time gig start like acting as if they have like hundreds of thousands of followers, that shit is so fucking whack. This shit is so fucking whack. Sound. Yo. That shit is so fucking whack. I don't know why that shit is whack, bro. It's like motherfuckers take like social media to a whole new level, and it's so fucking lame. It's so fucking lame. It's so fucking lame. They start rolling like when they have barely done any work, especially when they don't kind of grind for it, when they're kind of just like acting as if like they're this big time like, oh my god, look at me, I'm so fucking great. Are you actually that great, or are you just like in your own world? Because if you haven't seen my Twitter or my X, the past few days I have been on a rampage. Now, historically speaking, I do be kind of mad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do be kind of mad. But at least I'm not out here acting as if I'm like God's gift to the planet. That's what irritates me. I'm seeing people who I know, who I wouldn't say I know, who I've met in real life, become like, they're slowly becoming like these toxic ass motherfuckers over social media, and then they're calling like people who say like, hey yo, like relax, you're regular. They start calling them toxic and then saying that they're haters. How am I a hater if we hang out in real life, right? If we hang out in real life, and then you start calling me one of your fucking haters after you pay for us to eat. How the fuck am I your hater? That shit doesn't make any fucking sense. It's like motherfuckers start living in unreal, like it's almost as if they're not living in reality. And the reality of the situation is, even if you are a social media influencer, you are not a Hollywood actor. You haven't made like works that like have made people cry, or you haven't done anything to really touch people and like try to be a better person for the society. So when I start seeing motherfuckers around me like who are doing social media start like acting as if like they are like the greatest thing, it's so fucking cringy. Because then I start asking, okay, what have you done for society? Do y'all volunteer? Do y'all like try to like help do more? I'm not trying to start drama or anything. It's just it's so fucking cringy. It's so fucking cringy what like social media will do to people. And because, you know, I do watch other people's stuff. Like, when you start, like, doing social media and, like, or start trying to stream or anything, try to build a community, the best thing for you to do is to kind of, like, stay with the people that, like, you can still watch your favorite content creators. But if you are surrounding yourself with other content creators who are, like, I don't know, when they start showing you like the shady shit that they be on, thinking that they are like the absolute greatest thing, like it is so fucking cringy. It is so fucking cringy. What's up, Charles? I do enjoy the game, but I haven't really picked a main. My main is really Eddie, but like I like to eat with Eddie. Eddie Kingston. I be eating with Eddie Kingston. Sorry about that. I just saw your chat, but kind of back to the conversation at hand. Do y'all hear me? But back to the conversation at hand, since we are just chatting. When you start seeing like people who you coming from, and I really don't consider myself like a social media influencer. I just do this shit for fun. And Twitch has achievements, so I'm trying to get to the achievements. When the ultimate goal is to get to like, is to end up going to TwitchCon. But you gotta unlock that achievement. So Twitch is like a video game, and I like that because Justin TV, aka Twitch, the original name of Twitch, it's a great thing. It's a great thing. So, what's hilarious is I know some people in real life who are taking this social media thing and then running with it to the point I got called. If man, if I could tell you the bullshit that I have been through
This is
just
a
to get to
highly
this point,
anticipated match.
you guys would not even believe me. And trust
Making
me,
his way to the ring.
it is that bullshit. It is that bullshit.
And his opponent.
And then on top of this, it's like when you know these people in real life, and then like I got ghosted. Not like just asking this person to be their friend, which we are actually friends, but now she is acting as if she is like too big to talk to anybody. I don't know where that shit came from, but it is hilarious because we live in the same city, and out of nowhere she decided to ghost me, and I was like, what the fuck did I actually do? And the shit makes absolutely no sense. It makes no fucking sense at all. Because I can kind of tell that the social media thing is kind of getting to her head, because it's like it's inflating her ego. And I'm like, are you not seeing how you are not supposed to let this like inflate your ego? And it makes actually no sense why people let social media inflate their egos. Like they are like, it just makes no sense why. Like why? Why would you let social media inflate your ego when you're not a Hollywood actor and you regular as fuck? And most of these motherfuckers can get touched, which doesn't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense because most of these motherfuckers can get touched, and it is just ridiculous. It is actually ridiculous. It is. Cause it wasn't like I was trying to get with her or anything. I was just trying to be her friend. Like, and we are actually. I don't even know what the fuck. Cause it looked like, and then she like. What was funny was I know I'm not really supposed to be telling y'all this, but I'm gonna go into it because she put it out there. When we went on this friend day, and that's what we'll call this, a friend day. This motherfucker told me one thing, and then a week later came back and did the complete opposite. So we were talking, catching up. And she cool peoples. She's great peoples. But she makes no sense. She makes actually no sense, as she is trying to grow her platform. Now, we talked about this, but we didn't get into it like that. You feel me? We didn't get into it like that. So, what kind of blew me was the fact that we talked about our dating situations a little bit. We talked about and she said that she's given up on the concept of dating because she broke up with her boyfriend like a year ago. Now, I had no idea this, as I started streaming like a year ago. I was kind of doing my own thing, and we hadn't seen each other in a minute, so I had assumed that everything would be cool. Oh yeah, Dan Housen can do curses, which I didn't buy this season pass, but I'll probably buy Dan Housen just for that.
It's been crazy. It's been wild. What a
So,
match we've had tonight.
When I kind of, but back to the story at hand. It was really fucking weird because we talked, and she basically said she gave up on the concept of dating, and she said that she wasn't gonna try to force anything. She just wanted things to happen naturally. Okay. A week later, I follow her on social media. It's to support. That's what you're supposed to do. You support. We try to help each other grow. I think that's a really great thing. Try to help people grow. All right. So she told me that she was done with the whole dating thing, and she was just gonna let this shit happen naturally. A week later, she posts on Instagram taking boyfriend applications. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Now, that would sound like that I am mad, but I'm not mad because I'm also talking to someone. as well. I'm talking to someone. So I'm not mad because, again, it was very established that we were friends. But what I don't like is when people say one thing to me in real life and then come on social media and then say some dumbass shit. Because I don't like looking like that. I co-sign shit like that. In general, I don't like looking like that because it is dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. Dumb as fuck. People sell one thing on social media, but then when it comes to reality show, like, and I try to keep my shit like from looking like a complete like douchebag, or a complete dumbass. I try. I cannot give you no guarantees, but what I can do is work on me. And I try. I try not to come here looking like a dumbass on social media. And plus, we're gonna get into wrestling. We're gonna get into wrestling in a little bit, but it's just you are not wrong, Burker. By the way, welcome to the chat. You are not wrong, but it's still a great game. It's still a great game. It's still a great game. Hey, support the game. And you don't know, it's supposed to get yearly updates. It's supposed to get watch them announce Fight Forever 2 instead of doing the yearly updates. It's dead. Yeah, it's dead because I play one online. It's like I can only get one online match. I can only get an online match once every session that I play, and that is so fucking annoying. So fucking annoying because I'm stuck at Indie Jobber. And I do not want to be stuck at Indie Jobber.
And his opponent, Z.
Oh, you mean the guy who just got fired? CM Punk. CM Punk. CM Punk. Now, this is going to be a mainstay on the stream. Like, I'm going to keep playing AEW. I'm going to keep playing Fight Forever. But if you aren't seeing me, back to the topic at hand. We're going to talk about wrestling in a little bit and what's going on this week. Because Raw is tonight. At least it's 7 a.m. where I am, but Raw comes on in like 12 hours. But, again, my number one thing is I try not to come on social media looking like a complete dumbass or like acting like an ass. Because you never know. The people who you know in real life might see this. Matt Riddle? He might. I think Matt Riddle might go to AEW. Let's see if we can make it to season 2. Hopefully we make it to season 2. AEW's been going through some things for the past few weeks. Also, Wrestle Dream is in the next. Wrestle Dream is this weekend? Isn't Wrestle Dream this weekend? Wrestle Dream is this weekend. Oh, you know who's really taking off? I really hope Swerve wins. I really want to see Swerve win. I think he's on his way to becoming. I think he's on his way to a title match. So I cannot wait to see that. I really want Swerve to finally get that World Championship match that he deserves. Matt Riddle, I think he'll go to AEW. You know, he had just came back from his and within a year, Matt Riddle's been through a lot within the past year. I wouldn't say that Swerve hasn't been working out. Swerve been working out, but he didn't put on. It looked like he just put on weight so he can get to the heavyweight division. Cause if you go back and watch NXT when Swerve started taking off, and if you watch his indie stuff before Keith, what are they doing with Keith Lee? Because I gotta catch up on Rampage. I need to catch up on Collision because I'm behind on Collision. I kind of stay up to date with Dynamite, but switch things up with Moxley. That is true. Moxley got injured. Moxley's hurt from the looks of it. Because Ray Phoenix is now the international champion, but they said Moxley got injured. That's why I'm behind. I'm kind of behind. More than I genuinely am, but I got to catch up on what's going on with AEW. And they're saying Adam Cole is hurt too.
Here is your winner, Kenny.
Probably. I would agree with you. Oh yeah, his brother posted something on Twitter like teasing that, which is hilarious. I can see it though. I can see it. I can't believe that they fired Dolph Ziggler, but they said that it looks like Adam Cole is prone to injury. I wouldn't say that he's prone to injury. Well, he do get hurt. Like, he do get hurt. And you know that, so do Daniel Bryan. It's like the curse of, it looks like AEW created a curse with Punk. When Punk debuted, it was like, there was a curse. The curse of All Out 22 is what I like to call it. Because if you haven't seen me, Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole have been plagued with injuries since they debuted. And CM Punk has stayed in shit since he has debuted. So it looked like it's a curse of All Out. Let's go against Miro. Lana debuted. Lana debuted on Collision. Which is a great thing. It's a great thing for the company. Even though it's a second-rate company, which that is not the case. A second-rate company.
Making his way to the ring,
Eddie Kingston.
And his opponent,
The Redeemer, Miro. What else is going on in wrestling? I'm behind on my wrestling right now. Cause DPW, aka like one of the greatest wrestling companies in the world, they are on fire right now. And that's what I like. DPW's on fire, which I like right now. I have supported DPW since day one. I got to catch up on it, but I have a lot of wrestling to catch up on. I have a backlog of wrestling. I'll probably do that when I'm tackling some of the work I got to do. I got other stuff to do besides this stream. We're gonna start doing a little bit more wrestling. We're gonna become a little bit more wrestling based in general because it looks like that's what you guys like a lot. You guys love the wrestling, and I enjoy wrestling. It's just I've been disconnected from it because I've had other things to do, and then B, I gotta get caught up on it so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't want to just start saying random stupid shit. And I would like to know what's going on in wrestling. Oh yeah, by the way, Stephanie McMahon's birthday was yesterday. So I said happy birthday to Stephanie McMahon on Twitter. No response, but why even expect a response? Why even respect one? No. Damn, Miro. Come on, Miro. Stop reversing. Stop reversing. But I gotta get caught up on wrestling in general because again, I do like wrestling a lot. I love wrestling, so I will get kind of caught up on it. And you know, I'll do more wrestling based streams. But I don't like. But one thing I don't like reading into the dirt sheets at all. I like to be fully engaged, and what that means is I like to be fully into like. I kind of keep myself off of the dirt sheets and stuff, and I like to watch as it happens. I don't like I'll follow for like the like one thing I do like is that Tony Khan he used to post the cards of what was gonna happen on Dynamite, so we can kind of see what. So I can kind of see if I was gonna watch Dynamite or Rampage or Collision. Collision, I'm liking the direction that Collision is going in because it's more of a, as much as I don't like saying this, it's more of a presentation that I was expecting. It's a more of a WWE style presentation, but even then I would say it's more of a Turner style presentation with pro wrestling. So it's more of what I was looking for, at least from, you know, the sports entertainment part of pro wrestling. It's becoming more sports entertaining, but they gotta fix a lot more in order for people to like stay. In general. And I'm almost on a complete losing streak against the computer. Playing on lead. I'm starting to get more comfortable with streaming to the point I took a break from I've been on and off having my face and doing face cam, but I think I'm getting more comfortable with putting my face in it. But again, I don't want to just do like video game streams. I want to do more wrestling based streams. So I want to do watch alongs and stuff.
The winner of this match, the Redeemer, Miro.
Wow, what an amazing match. And we got to call it. We got to see it.
I want to do watch alongs. So we're gonna. I think I'm now starting to know what I want to do with my Twitch channel in general. And from the looks, from day one since I started Twitch, it has always been like, for a while it was Street Fighter, but it has always at its core been like Call of Duty and pro wrestling. That's what kind of like has like brought a lot of eyes to my channel in general. And that's what you guys interact with pro wrestling content a little bit more than y'all have ever interacted with other things. Y'all speak, but y'all really speak at pro wrestling. Like y'all love the pro wrestling here. And I could give you a lot of knowledge about like pro wrestling. It's just, like my pro wrestling knowledge really starts during the Attitude Era. And I would really say not really the Attitude Era, more of the Invasion Era. Because I do, like, as much as most people hate the Invasion, I actually like the Invasion. Now, I don't like everything I don't like how it was executed. And it could have been executed way better, and they could have made so much fucking money. They could have had the greatest era in professional wrestling, could have been the Invasion Era. That could have been the greatest storyline in professional wrestling history, as that's where I started really like catching up. That's where I started really. That's where I became aware of professional wrestling. I remember I would watch professional wrestling as like a toddler, but me becoming aware and understanding like storylines and stuff and like who the people were, that came in around like the Invasion Era. And my favorite WrestleMania is WrestleMania. I wouldn't say WrestleMania 19 is my favorite WrestleMania. My favorite match is from WrestleMania 19. My favorite match is Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle. That's my favorite pro wrestling. That's like my favorite WrestleMania match of all time. That's my favorite WrestleMania match. I have multiple favorite wrestlers, but I would say my all-time favorite would be Rob Van Dam. As I believe wholeheartedly that they should have crowned him champion during his rivalry with Kurt Angle and Steve Austin. I think they should have crowned him champion, even if it was like for like a week or two, or maybe even that month. I feel like that they should have pulled the trigger on him and called him and made him champion. There's a lot of things that if I could go back and rewrite the Invasion era, I would make Van Dam champion. I would make Booker T and DDP a little bit bigger than that. I would like rewrite DDP's story because how they did DDP, they fucked DDP, man. And I love DDP. DDP is one of the coolest wrestlers of all fucking time. All fucking time. DDP is one of the greatest of all time. And how they did him in WWE, at least in the beginning, that shit was whack. That shit was so fucking whack. That shit was whack. How they made DDP look, I thought that shit was whack. That shit was so fucking whack. They made him the Undertaker's ex-wife stalker. That shit is whack. That is one of the worst things to ever do to somebody who was one of the most over people in WCW. I would have brought like some of the stuff that I would have done. I would have unified all three company championships into one. I think that they did ECW dirty. They did ECW so fucking dirty. They did ECW so fucking like it was like they didn't acknowledge ECW at all. They acknowledged ECW, but they didn't give ECW the proper respect that it deserved during the Invasion angle. I guess because it was a part of the alliance, but I think that it should have been all three companies against each other.
And his opponent.
Instead of WWE versus the alliance. But remember, WWE ate. Basically, WWE ate the 90s. That's why also my favorite I would say I like AEW, but my favorite pro wrestling company of all time is probably ECW. I think that going back and watching it, granted, and I was alive during that time. Granted, I was like 3, but going back and watching it, and just being able to watch and see like how the crowd was, how the wrestlers were, and like how the time really revolutionized wrestling. I would say that ECW is probably my favorite professional wrestling company of all time. Because they really revolutionized. If it wasn't for ECW, there would be no Ring of Honor. I would fully believe that if it wasn't for ECW, there would be no Ring of Honor. Because some of those storylines are some of the greatest professional wrestling storylines. Some of those matches are some of the greatest professional wrestling matches. They really showed us everything that wrestling was around the world, while WWE and WCW just showed you WCW showed you a little bit of New Japan, while WWE was just full-blown American. But ECW showed you the world. And that's why I think that a wrestling company wrestling will never be what it once was because Hollywood, the entertainment industry has changed a lot. And what people want in terms of, in general, what people want has changed. First off, we cannot be just objectifying women like we used to. Granted, it's funny because it's cringy now. It's considered taboo. Some of the shit that the WWE did, especially what the WWE did, was incredibly taboo. It's incredible. Some of the shit is incredibly taboo. But ECW didn't really OD with the objectification of women. They really did. ECW did not OD with the objectification. Like, they didn't. They really focused on the hardcore and in-ring action. They really focused on, like, making wrestling better than it was in its yesteryear. At least at the time. And I know people don't want to talk about old school wrestling, and I think some of the comments that I guess the older guy, like the veterans of wrestling make, they do have valid points. They may not always be right, but they have valid points. One thing that I saw Kurt Angle said on Twitter was that it'll never be like how it was, like there'll never be a roster like the Attitude Era. And I would agree with that. The number one thing that is the number one problem is with pro wrestling, at least in terms of modern day, is there's like 4 to 6 top guys. Which, if you look at 1998, I would say 97 to 98, there were 4 to 6 top guys, but everybody was a star. And those 4 to 6 top guys, at least in terms of the WWE, were The Undertaker, Mankind, Kane, Steve Austin, Rock, and Triple H. And I wouldn't even say Triple H. I would say Bret Hart. Because Triple H didn't get his rise until late 99. Really, Triple H didn't start gaining relevancy for real or stepping out. Triple H had relevancy. I'm not saying that he wasn't relevant. But in terms of stepping out of the shadow of Shawn Michaels, that wasn't until like late 99. So, okay, like I said, top guys were Undertaker, Kane, Steve Austin, Mankind. So it was really only 4 until late 99. Until late 98 when the Rock got his push. It was really only 4 to 8. It was 4 to 6 top guys. But what was very, very different about that time was you could throw certain guys who were at the mid card into the main event. And what I mean, and still get top guy reactions and top guy sales. Think about this. They threw, all right, 99. Rock was on fire, but guess who his opponent was at SummerSlam? It was Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn. You could interchange guys like Road Dogg, Jesse James, Billy Gunn, Ken Shamrock. Those are very notable names in the professional wrestling industry. And if you are a fan of the Attitude Era, you can recognize those names, and you would say that those names were pretty big. You could put like a Godfather into like the mid, I wouldn't say you could put him in the mid. You could put him into the main event. I would say like in the middle of the card, but like towards like the main event aspect. You could put like the Godfather there. Everybody had an act, and everybody was super over. All right. let's talk about 98. Let's talk about 1998. What was the top things? You had DX. Even though the roster wasn't that big, you had DX, you had Undertaker Kane, you had LOD, you had LOD, you had who else? Who else was in the company? So you had DX, which included all 5 members, post Shawn. You had DX post Shawn. You had the Job Squad, and which was and really the Job Squad was the hardcore division. You had Al Snow, you had Hardcore Holly, you had Scorpio. Too Cold Scorpio went back to ECW. You had Edge, who had just made his debut in early '98, who was starting to make rounds around the company. You had Jeff Jarrett. You had Val Venus. You had D'Lo Brown. You had Mark Henry. Even though Mark Henry really wasn't, to me, Mark Henry didn't really beam relevancy until Sexual Chocolate. But you had D'Lo Brown, you had Val Venus, you had Jeff Jarrett. Again, Jeff Jarrett was a very notable name. You had Edge. You had Gangrel. You had Christian. All right, fast forward to, you had the Acolytes. You had Viscera. You had the Ministry of Darkness. All right, fast forward to Backlash. You start to see the debuts of like the Hardys. And then you start seeing the Dudleys come in from ECW. Then you start seeing, the evolution of the Attitude Era, because 1999 sucked. 1999 sucked. I would say, in terms of the original Attitude, the very beginning of the Attitude Era, when WCW was kicking his ass, 1998 was better than 99 until SummerSlam. 1999 sucked until SummerSlam. And people left for that. Somebody left for that. 1999 sucked. I would say 1999 sucked until SummerSlam. Until SummerSlam. That's when they started picking up heat. But that's because Triple H was on his tear. Then you had the debut of Chris Jericho. All right, let's go to WCW. All right, what was WCW doing? You had the Four Horsemen. You had the end. WCW played the fuck out of the NWO. The NWO was fucking because I am in 1999 as I'm watching WCW stuff on the network or on Peacock. WCW OD'd with the fucking NWO. And there was a lot of cruiserweights who could have made the transaction. If they weren't going to put them in the heavyweight division for the world title, there was plenty of cruiserweights who could have went to the U.S. Championship. You had Rey Mysterio, you had Billy Kidman, you had a lot of those guys who WCW didn't see much in. And then, let's not talk about the New Blood Rising, because I'm not there yet. I am not there yet, and I know it sucks. You had Scott Steiner. By the way, Steiner is the greatest. The big bad booty daddy. The big bad booty daddy. And summer 2000, like it doesn't all suck, but a lot of it sucks. But it's like, in some of the cases, it's so bad, it's good. And that's how I see some of it. And then, but ECW, you can start seeing the writing on the wall. You couldn't really see, actually no, you can't really see the writing on the wall for ECW. But when everybody starts leaving to go to WCW and fucking WWF or the WWE at the time, you can start seeing that they had to scramble for the guys. But I like the fact that guys like Steve Corino stepped up where people like Mike Awesome and Taz, where Mike Awesome and Taz left holes, people like Steve Corino and Just Incredible stepped in for the holes that they left. And then, okay, you see the return of Sandman. In '99, you see the return of Sandman. You see New Jack. New Jack stepped up, but they had, if you watch some of New Jack's old stuff, they put New Jack. Paul Heyman put New Jack on an absolute losing streak. Absolute losing streak. Because New Jack had pissed off Paul Heyman. But New Jack, fuck, because What New Jack did was he still went out there and was one of the most entertaining acts because New Jack, if you watch an interview with New Jack, he explains why he kept losing because Paul was pissed. Paul Heyman was pissed. So New Jack said, all right, since you're going to have me losing, I'm going to make sure that they don't even remember the loss, as I'm going to just start jumping off of shit. And what did New Jack do? Just started jumping off of shit. You had Roadkill and Danny Doring. You had the debut of Christian York and Joey Mercury. You had their debuts towards the end of ECW. You had Easy Money. You had Nova. You had the BWO. But the had part 2/3 of the BWO were in the WWF at that time because Big Stevie Cool, aka Steven Richards, and the Blue Meanie had went to the WWF in '98, but Steven Richards shortly there made his debut in '99. But they didn't have anything for Steven Richards until like 2000 with the Right Center, and that was like his big claim to fame, at least in terms of the WWF. But what a lot of people don't know about Steven Richards was Steven Richards had a very massive push in ECW to the point Steven Richards had a match which, if you don't know, this is the same match that he broke his neck. Steven Richards had a match with both Raven and Terry Funk for the ECW Championship. Most people don't really know this about Steven Richards, but Steven Richards was one of the top guys in ECW, which is something that a lot of people don't really which is something that a lot of people don't know. Oh, I have so much stuff planned. I want to do a lot more like pro wrestling stuff here. Because it looks like you guys like the pro wrestling stuff. Very obvious. Because I just streamed Street Fighter 6 for like an hour and then nobody come in. But as soon as I Fight Forever is what you guys want to see. The game is not dead. I think we're gonna, I think this is where we're gonna call it a stream. It's your boy Aries 1B. We'll be back with another stream. We'll talk about some more wrestling on the next stream. It's your boy Aries 1B, and I'm out. Peace.